I want to go over the latest results for the 25K 50K portfolio. This is a very low frequency portfolio, meaning there's not a lot of trades every day. It's a little more conservative because you're trading less frequently, so the less you trade, the less risk you have versus taking more trades. You also have less diversity, but it's a very stable and diverse portfolio. It has good diversity for the account size, so 10 strategies. And here is the only trade today so far, Cobra Crude. We have about an hour and 10 minutes left. So Cobra Crude is up $935 on the day. So just a nice, efficient way to trade this market is to, you come in and you're just taking one trade and you're up $935 on the day. And it's probably done for the day. Could take another trade, but I doubt it. So we'll see. I want to go over the latest results through July 31st in the portfolio calculator. And if you look at the 25K 50K portfolio, it is in a 38. It ended the month in a 38.50 drawdown, but it was up 41.52.50. So it was up as much as almost 8,000 on the month, and then it had a drawdown at the end of the month. But it's a solid portfolio. You see what it's done. It had a down month in May, minus 1,900. It was kind of slow until the end of June, and then had a nice strong finish at the end of June, and then July was solid, and then it gave back some of the gains at the end of July. And so this is kind of how this portfolio works. And you can see it is in a drawdown. You could be in a drawdown and still have an up month because of how you performed earlier in the month. And so the portfolio did well early in the month, and it gave back some of the profits, and that's just normal ebbs and flows of trading. You see lots of normal drawdowns in this period. And what that does is when you get in on a drawdown, it gives you the opportunity to buffer any worst case drawdowns that may happen in the future. And so this is through Friday, July the 31st, and today's trade reduces that drawdown by $935. So it's up $935. And so you'll see, if you were to look at the monthly results, it would show August plus $935. And then you would subtract $935 from that, so your drawdown would be around $2,900, and working its way back towards equity peaks. And so that is the latest on the 25K 50K portfolio. It includes a crude oil strategy, an E-mini S&P strategy. This is a counter trend. This is a trend crude oil strategy. This is a counter trend E-mini S&P strategy. Gap continuation 2020 is kind of a breakout strategy, and we have lots of gap continuations in this type of market. Today looks kind of flat from the time this is usually a custom session, so it doesn't include data from the first 30 minutes or the last 30 minutes. Swing soybeans doesn't trade much lately. Soybeans doesn't trade much. It's a trend swing trading system, and it has a unique exit in that it gets out at the first profitable open. SR counter trend 4 crude oil. It's a counter trend crude oil strategy. SR counter trend 3 crude oil. This is a counter trend strategy. This can hold positions overnight. SR counter trend 3 gold is the gold version of this. It can hold positions overnight as well. Night trader, one of our top strategies, ended the month down. It had a losing trade on the last day of the month, and it can hold positions overnight as well because it gets in at night. And then you have a counter trend E-mini S&P strategy. It had a very good month in July. You see the trades it took. Had this losing trade here, but several winners as well. And then Cobra 3 was a down month in July. A trend. This is a trend E-mini NASDAQ strategy. So it finished the month on a losing streak, and so it's a good time. It can be a good time to start trading in a drawdown. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losers. That's normal in this kind of market environment because we only have a 30-point stop loss, and the ranges are fairly big. So this strategy is one of those that will give you the tight stop loss and let the profits run. And we're looking for days like this when we can get those big winners. And this has had some huge winners in the past historically when the ranges are there. It does depend on the range in the market though, so narrow ranges will not yield huge massive winners. But we've seen this, you see this strategy right here. It is up. In April it was up 38.35 one day. Another day in April it was up 4,370. Another day back here in March, up 44.20, and then this one it gave a lot back. So sometimes it gives huge profits back. This is a scenario where it gave back over $5,000. And so I found also you can optionally use a profit target of up to 2,000 or 3,000. You don't want to put that in there too small, or you'll miss those big winners. But it kind of balances out to where you won't give back huge gains like this if you have a $2,000 or $3,000 profit target, but you also won't get $5,000 winners if you have a $2,000 or $3,000 profit target. So that's a brief summary of the 25K 50K portfolio. The characteristics of all 10 strategies, the latest performance, and I want to go over the market data as well. So the market data you need for this, you need the CME for the E-minis. So you have the CME group, and the CME group consists of the CME, the CBOT, the COMEX, and NYMEX. And you need these, but you don't need anything with the E-minis on the CME. All these others, you need the regular data. Depending on if you're a pro or non-pro, it will change your data fees. And so you'll need all 4 of these data feeds. And if you're a non-pro, I think it's $5 a month. If you're a pro, it's about $105 per month. These are what I have to pay. But if you just trade this with the E-minis, you only need it for the E-minis in this portfolio. For the E-mini S&P, here, E-mini NASDAQ, here, and here. So 5 of these strategies are stock indexes, and these use the CME, and they only use the E-minis. So we don't need it. If you traded the euro, you would need the full CME data feed. CBOT, you need that for soybeans right here. And for COMEX, you need that for gold. You have a gold strategy right here. And for NYMEX, you need it for the 3 crude oil strategies here, here, and here. You also need the NYSE. So that's the futures data you need. For the NYSE, I'm going to erase that. Always grab that box instead. So you'll need the NYSE. Why do you need the NYSE? New York Stock Exchange. We use market internals, such as the advancers and decliners. And advancers and decliners are used on Cobra 3. They are used on, that's it. So we use it on Cobra 3, and then we use the NYSE tick on Cobra CT3. Ninjatrader does not. Ninjatrader and SR Counter Trend 2 and Gap Continuation do not use NYSE data. So you need the NYSE data. And it depends on your data feed too. Some data feeds look different and have different fees and prices. So you can contact us and we can help you out if you have the specific data feed. One other thing that you need is the CBOE VIX. Not the VIX futures, but the CBOE VIX. VIX right here. And in Tradestation, that symbol is $VIX. And I'm talking about the VIX futures. It's .X too, I believe. I'm not talking about VIX futures. I'm talking about the CBOE cash VIX index. And we use that in some of our strategies now to filter and limit. We really only use it in Cobra 3. We have a filter where we aren't going to. If the VIX ever goes above 100, we aren't going to use it. So, or we're going to trade this strategy if it goes above 100. So, that's the data that you need for the 25K 50K portfolio, and as well as a summary of the performance and a characterization of all the strategies in this portfolio.